developments in the alleged road rage shooting death at Jordanelle State Park.
The sheriff's office releasing some new information about the victim's movements that night. News specialist Sheriff Park joining us live from the scene. And Cheryl, we're also hearing from the victim's family for the first time today, right?
Yeah, that's right, Ashley and Mike. We are hearing from the family of Patrick Hayes. We heard from his fiance. They've been together for 12 years before he was shot and killed. We heard from his son today. As you can imagine, the family is devastated. They're heartbroken and they're angry that there is somebody out there who's responsible for their loved one's death. And so they are pleading with the public to help find this person so justice can be served.
This has put a huge hole in our family and our community. Patrick was loved by so many people.
Now, it has been 2 weeks since Patrick Hayes was shot and killed near the entrance to the Ross Creek day-use area of Jordanelle State Park, and what investigators believe was an act of road rage. Today, the area is adorned with a memorial to Hayes, a man described as 6'6" with a lovable personality to match his size. Hayes' son shared that on the last night of his father's life, September 25th, they spent the evening together in Midvale, going to dinner and laughing like they always do. He described what it feels like for his father's killer to still be on the run.
I think obviously we're all incredibly hurt and we're incredibly angry. Like, there's a coward out there that committed an unforgivable act and they're running and hiding. And so I think that's honestly our biggest ask for everybody is, like, please, if you know anything, if you know this person, if you saw anything, like, just please come forward.
Now, today, the Wasatch County Sheriff Jared Rigby revealed new details into the investigation into Hayes' death. He says that Hayes left Midvale around 10:30 p.m., traveled through the Fort Union area to I-215, then took I-80 through Parley's. He says cell phone data shows that at 10:58 p.m., his vehicle slowed way down when passing under the Kimball Junction overpass. We're talking, he described it took 1 minute and 33 seconds for him to travel about 400 yards in that area. So it's possible he may have even stopped there. Then Sheriff Rigby says the data shows that Hayes was moving faster again, getting on US 40, where he took the Park City exit and traveled on SR 248 until he made that exit onto Shoreline Drive to go towards his house in Hideout. Now, as we know, instead of going to his house, Sheriff Rigby says security video in this area shows that he pulled over in this area, got out of his vehicle and confronted what was a Jeep Gladiator. They're confident it was a Jeep Gladiator that pulled in behind him. And then that is when the shooting took place. We learned some new details about that confrontation that we'll share with you coming up tonight at 5. But Mike and Ashley, tonight, the family, we've got the sheriff's office, everyone pleading with folks to please look at that time frame about 11 o'clock in the Kimball Junction area, and that if you captured anything on a semi-truck dash cam or if you witnessed anything in that area on September 25th, to please give them a call. They are trying to find answers right now in this case, and that timeline is critical. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Sheriff Park live tonight. Sheriff, thank you. Utah family pleading for help tonight in finding the person who shot their loved one at Jordanelle State Park.
The Wasatch County Sheriff's Office believes that this was a case of road rage. News specialist Sheriff Park spoke to the victim's family today. She joins us now live with that report. Shara?
Yeah, Ashley and Mike, the family of 61-year-old Patrick Hayes says that he was so loved. Take a look at the memorial that's been growing behind us here. You can see photos of him. They tell us originally from California, came here to Utah, was a swimmer at the University of Utah, loved to swim. In fact, you see some fins right there on the ground to represent his love of swimming. They also said that he loved water polo and that he was a man that was never violent.
My dad was always making people laugh. He was always kind of larger than life, you know. I mean, he was almost 6'6", so he definitely was larger than all of us. But he had a big personality and he loved hard.
Now, today, with the support of the Hayes family, the Wasatch County Sheriff Jared Rigby revealed new details into his death. He says on September 25th, Hayes left Midvale around 10:30 after a night with his son, headed to his home in Hideout. He says cell phone data shows at 10:58, his vehicle slowed way down when passing under the Kimball Junction overpass on I-80. We're talking 1 minute and 33 seconds for him to travel about 400 yards. So it's possible he may have even stopped there. The question is, why? Sheriff Rigby says after that, cell phone data shows Hayes continued on US 40, then to SR 248, where he exited towards Hideout and the Ross Creek day-use area. He says security video from Jordanelle State Park shows Hayes stopped his vehicle at the entrance, and then a Jeep Gladiator pulled behind him. He says when Hayes got out of the vehicle, the Gladiator moved towards him, and he moved out of the way.
some words are exchanged between Pat and someone in the vehicle. And ultimately then what appears to be a gunshot, a single gunshot, rings out.
Patrick Hayes died there on the side of the road, and it wasn't until 12 hours later that he was found. His family says that they are angry. They're calling the shooter a coward for taking Patrick's life and then leaving him there the way that they did. Now, we pressed the sheriff today about why they haven't released photos or videos of that encounter, especially the suspect's vehicle. And the sheriff tells me that the video is too dark, that you can't make out the license plate, you can't make out the color of the vehicle, so it wouldn't benefit the public to release those photos or that video. He says right now they need to talk to anyone who may have been in that Kimball Junction area on I-80 around 11 o'clock that night. If they saw anything, they have any witness account of what happened there, they want to hear from those people. In Hideout, Sheriff Park, KSL 5 News.